all
What you
good.
drinking?
I'm because we had a little storm, something like that out here. When I went to the store, I seen
Mm-hmm.
this.
Poolside, okay.
The little white girl with her
Mentally,
cheeks out. So I was like,
that's your
I
vibe.
was like, why not?
That's
So
your vibe. White girl with the cheeks out. That's your vibe.
I'm like, she looks familiar. I'd love to be on a beach reading a book with my cheeks out. So and it's a lifestyle one. I thought that was pretty cool. I had to go back to white. My red didn't really hit too well for me last week. So yeah, I got poolside Pinot Gris. I'll let
Mm,
you know how it is.
yeah.
Man. So shout out first, as soon as I can get this open. Shouting out to our Black owned business for this episode, to Cranky Grannies.
Yeah,
Cranky
yeah,
Grannies
yeah.
is located out here in Austin. Man, the whole story, you guys got to follow. You got to follow Cranky Grannies on IG. Even though it's here in Austin, the owner, CEO, brand manager, content manager, literally everything, baker, all that. Her name is Siani Dean, and she literally started this business at like 15
Mhm.
and opened her own storefront at 21 and just turned 23. Like, sorry, at 22 and just turned
Fire,
23. Like, has
fire.
her own storefront literally and is killing it. So it's so dope to be able to see a young Black woman who is just doing her thing at that age and has their own storefront, and it's
Sure,
food, right? And she's been
sure.
listed in Forbes. She's been all over the place. And so she has sweet rolls, and they are fire. Literally, if you come out here to Austin, you want to visit, you can stay in my Airbnb, and then you can go to her spot.
Bam,
Right
bam.
now, she's got a connection with this spot out here called the Museum of Ice Cream, which is dope. So if you got a whole mouth of sweetness, like I do, then you make sure you want to tap in. 20 different flavors, and they have vegan options, and they
Dang.
deliver locally in Austin. Yes, and they ship nationwide. So make sure you tap in with Cranky Granny Sweet Rose. Support Black owned
Yeah.
businesses, support Black woman owned businesses, not just in February, but everywhere.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, man. I definitely came across her page and I was like, this is crazy. I ain't the biggest sweet tooth person, but if I was, I would definitely. And I want to try it, just to be like, this, it looks too good to be true. So I got to tap in and just support and see what the hype's all about because it's going crazy out there over Cranky Granny.
Yeah. I helped her out this weekend at an event, and it was just so dope to see people flock to it and love it and the experiences. And it was cool to just celebrate a friend and watch their stuff,
Yeah.
pop off. So similar to watching you DJ and cats dance to that, I got to, watch her sell and help her sell the give away the stuff. And it's dope to see people doing dope things. So just
You're
hats
dope.
off to all the cats out there doing dope stuff in their passions. That's my
Mhm.
update for right now.
Yeah, man. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. You're dope. That's dope that you're able to go and support. You definitely pull up and support whenever you can. That's definitely appreciated. So we get into song of the week. Song we
Yes.
got this week is By My Side by Safe. It is featuring, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Kaish Page. Kosh Page. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's filthy. I love it. It's a cool vibe. It's slower. But it definitely something that I've had on repeat while I'm just working from home in the office. It's not too slow, but it's a cool vibe. I definitely rock with it. It's a Toronto, Canada singer, so you can kind of expect what kind of vibe he's on with that. Just released his, I don't know if it's an album or EP. It's like 7 songs, but I like them short and sweet. Give me about 30 minutes of music that I can digest and listen to, and that's what it is. So it definitely did what it needed to do.
Can you tell the people real quick the difference between an album and an EP so they don't have to Google it?
If I knew what the difference between an album and an EP was without Googling it, I would. But from my understanding, an album is just a part of what a part of their discography, a part of what can count towards their numbers. The EP is just a personal, think of like the mixtape era. That's kind of what an EP is. Nothing that counts towards what maybe is under their contract with said music record company. Like, you got to produce 5 albums under this contract. The EP is completely separate, doesn't really count from my understanding. And I could be totally wrong. If someone in the comments understands it, definitely let us know. But from my understanding, it doesn't count towards it. It's just extra music for your fan base to just digest and listen to kind of as they anticipate your album coming.
Word. Okay. So it's like, look, just to keep you.
Okay. Kind of like think of Wayne and doing his mixtapes and then he dropped the album. Like it was still fire music coming out. He was still staying relevant. But then when he would drop that album, all those numbers, all those sales, all that stuff is what would count for his record deal.
Word. Okay. Random, but where's Beyonce at? Anybody see Beyonce?
Probably raising her twins. And she just put out some Ivy Park stuff. So she's doing other things.
You forgot about Blue? Blue and the twins? Blue's grown.
Blue's like 5'8".
Blue goes to Howard.
Blue definitely goes to Howard.
Random. No, I just am like, man, it's been a minute since we had like a Beyonce new song to rock out, right? Because she was dropping a whole bunch of stuff, I feel like, for a minute, and then, but it makes sense because she is a whole mom and wife, right? Like, do your thing and has other businesses, but
she was dropping diss tracks. She's healed now.
Look, healing and do it to you, right? Don't just
right with this topic today with the diss tracks.
Basically, it's all speaking of Beyonce,
right?
So no, for real. So let's jump it off right there. Who in the world besides us? There's probably a couple other cats that right before Valentine's Day weekend wants to talk about cheating.
It's inevitable.
I don't know. I figured it's a couple other risky, petty, toxic cats out there who'd want to have this combo.
Absolutely.
But it's not though. It's necessary. So there's that.
Yeah, you're right. I think, what better time to do it than now? Because there's going to be those guys that want to hit up their side pieces now so that they can be ready by February 15th to take the side piece out. They can do all the work now. I might be speaking from experience, old me.
I was about to ask. Okay.
Like you put in the game now, small talk, do all that. So then by the 15th, because the 14th, you're not spending it with them. So on the 15th, it's like, I'm sorry, I got caught up. I was busy. Let me take you out tonight. Let's go do something. Let's hit the road.
So okay, how deep are we going in this? And I probably should ask this in the pre-show. Where are we going in? We're going in.
I'm just saying, like, if I was Future and I had Future's mindset, this is what I feel like Future would do. Like he would, butter them up now. So then by the 15th, he could take the side pieces out and do that. But just a quick thought.
So I love that already we've talked about 2 women who have been cheated on, Beyonce and Cardi. Here's the thing.
Who said Cardi?
You said Future.
Future's not with Cardi.
Oh, man.
Offset.
Who did Future cheat on? Sierra?
Future cheated on everybody. Yeah, cheated on Sierra. He cheated on Joey. What's her name? I'm not gonna say her name. What? Joey. I think I don't know. It's Chavez.
Ain't that Bow Wow's girl?
Yeah, that's who he had a baby with her.
Listen, okay, boom. This is perfect.
Okay.
Sierra.
Yep.
Joey.
Yep.
Cardi. Beyonce.
Yep.
The average, I feel like I got a 40 in my hand. The average person, more times than not, would be like, how would you cheat on Beyonce? How do you cheat on Cardi? How do you cheat on Joey? How do you cheat on Sierra? Right? Like, and more times than not, it's because they're just beautiful and got money, as if those are the only 2 standards that would prevent somebody from being cheated on.
Yeah.
Like if Beyonce can get cheated on, I guess shoot, what can I expect? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and I hate saying this, but I feel like cheating, a lot of these niggas just ain't shit. It ain't got nothing to do with the woman. It's really just these niggas just ain't shit. And if you've seen their track record, proven time and time again what they do, it don't matter who they got. That's them. That's their character. That's who they are. Those are the morals that they carry. At the end of the day, that's not going to change the person they got in front of them, especially if they're able to do all that in their track record and then get this person. Like, I don't think Future has the brightest track record to get with, I don't even know how to say her name, Joy, I think. That literally just says I can continue to do whatever the hell I want to do and still have the baddest chick, knowing I'm not. I mean, he could be spitting some game to her to say like, oh, I'm going to change for you and you're the one. But at the end of the day, if you've seen what he's done before and you ain't kind of got your guard up, I don't know.
So are you establishing right here, right now, that once a cheater, always a cheater?
No, because I was a cheater before. So I'm not a cheater anymore.
Okay, so you just said Future ain't got no future.
I mean, I'm just saying you can't be surprised when someone has that extensive of a track record of doing chicks like that to not like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want that. I mean, babe, I love you. I got a whole fiance, guys. I am not that person anymore. Not one bit. So just throw that out there.
It's all disclaimers.
Yes.
But here's the thing though. That's why in the graphic you've got the asterisks. Because think of it like alcoholics. Mm-hmm. Right? Like they take a stance of like, okay, like once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. That's why it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. And they stand up and say, hi, my name is such and such, and I'm alcoholic. Hi, such and such, right? Like that's the thing. So, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like a part of that process is to remain humble and consistent with the whole entire, right, like process of what's going on. So does that mean the same for a cheater? Because so if I say for me, like I said this on our first podcast, like I don't want to have a cheat meal. I want to have a treat meal because I'm a recovering cheater. And I don't want to glorify cheating because I don't want that to even take any residence up in my mind because I'm liable.
Yeah.
I'm liable. Like, that's just it, right? I'm liable to go back and have a drink because I'm an addict. So I'm liable to do it. If I don't stay here, it might happen. That makes sense.
What's the point of continuously saying that I'm an alcoholic?
I don't know. I'm not one.
I mean, like, that always is weird to me. I'm like, but you're not an alcoholic anymore. So why are you holding on to that? You're not an alcoholic. You're not a cheater anymore. I'm not a cheater. I walk the straight and narrow, ain't no gray area about me. You know, I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't do no fugazi shit. I don't got my girl here looking crazy. Like, I don't do that. Okay. I ain't gonna say I'm a cheater. I'm in a committed relationship, but I'm a cheater. Like, no, I'm gonna look like a damn fool.
This is very true. So of course there's not, and there it probably is, I'm assuming Cheaters Anonymous, right? Like, I'm assuming they probably have that, like,
yeah,
because people, it's a real problem, right? Like people in their marriages and all this stuff, like, I want to stop cheating because here's a question. Is it an addiction? And I think for some it is, right? Because here's what you can get addicted to: the lifestyle, the thrill. Because what I thought you were going to say a second ago was like, it's exciting, right? Like cheating, there's a thrill to it. There's an excitement to it. There is. But at the same time, I mean, yes, when I was younger, I loved the excitement. I loved the being able to like dip and dodge and go, let me go to this cut because I know ain't nobody going to see me here with, you know what I mean? Like that stuff was exciting. But
I barely even have the energy to want to go to the gym. You think I got enough energy to want to entertain a whole nother human being on the side? No, no, no way. No way. No.
But you know how many people do? Like in that statement, like people create the energy for it.
Yeah.
Or like, and even they create the energy for it because of the excitement. The excitement gives them that, like, that thrill, that rush. And I would say too, yeah, like, oh gosh, it just hurts. It hurts to think about it. It hurts to think about the, like, dang, man, I really, because it hurts somebody. Okay, so here's my question to you. What makes you not be a cheater anymore? Why? As both recovering cheaters, and
Yeah.
you're newly engaged and I'm newly single, what makes you not a cheater anymore?
Two things.
Okay.
I got to a point where I knew I was ready to take like the next step with someone. Like I was ready to be in a serious relationship and be committed. And then I also got hurt. Like as I was in that process of wanting to be committed to someone, I ended up getting cheated on. And that was the first time that I really experienced being cheated on. So it was not a good feeling. And I vowed that I would never want to make someone feel like that again. So it took me to have to experience that myself. But then it also, as I got older, I was like, I'm done kind of running around. I'm kind of ready to be in a serious relationship. So both of those would definitely play a part in why I'm a recovering cheater.
Thank you, Shamari, for sharing. But here's the thing too. Just because you're in a serious relationship don't mean nothing. Ain't Beyonce and Jay-Z in a serious? No, that's not what I'm saying. But that's what they be saying. That's what them hoes be saying. They be like, so what? Just because you just, but that's it.
Back
that's
off.
Not you. That's what I'm saying. That's what they say. And here's the thing that I think sucks. People don't respect relationships.
No, not
That's
one bit. Not one bit. I have more chicks wanting to get with me when I would be in relationships than when I would be single. And I thought that was like, it would stroke my ego. Don't get me wrong. It'd be like, okay, cool. Like, that's what's up. Like, I'm hard to get. So I like that. That's attractive. But it would, at this age, I'm like, girl, bye. I ain't got time. I ain't got the time.
I don't think you can say age though. And here's why. Because old niggas cheat. So it's not about your age.
I ain't got the need to be running after these hoes. No,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not your, I don't think it's your age or your energy.
Yeah.
Because we make time for the things that we want to. And the reason why I don't think, right, it's age and energy is, like I said, excuse me, man, that Pinot, my bad, guys, is that I think that cats just, there's something about it. But I also think what you said about morals, character is huge. But even the most utmost people can still, and for me, I had a cheat scare. Cats have a pregnancy scare. I had a cheat scare. So I've never been cheated on. But this leads me to my next question. What defines cheating? Because then that'll gauge how I'd sell the rest of that story. So let's just go back to that. What defines cheating?
You want to go first?
Well, no, go ahead.
Tell from our own, like how we feel, or what people have said we've done is cheating. Oh, okay.
We'll go your perspective. Okay. Because here's the thing, and I definitely want Cass to go crazy in the comments and all this stuff everywhere. Like, how do you define cheating? Because everybody's measure is different. That's not cheating.
You have to respect it though. Like, you have to respect where their boundary is and what their feelings are. If they feel like cheating, I'm not saying we have to agree. I'm saying we have to respect that's where they feel that boundary is. And that's in your turn to say, yo, I can either rock with that and that's cool, or you can be like, this is completely bogus to me. I can't get with that. and that's not cheating in my compass. So what do we do from here?
Is this before or after the event?
Oh, that's a good point.
You rosy now, huh?
Yeah.
Tequila got you a little rosy. You
Man.
rosy.
Uh,
Look.
Man, I don't know. I feel like the cliche answer for me was, right, don't do anything in front and away from your partner that you wouldn't do in front of them. Don't be deleting shit. Don't be hiding. Don't be, you know what I mean? Like, those are all the things that we expect to an extent in relationships, but there's those little gray areas where someone can feel like it's cheating, and to you it may not. Going out for drinks after work with a coworker that could be a female, right? And it's just a friend. But for your partner, if you just tell them, oh, I'm going out for drinks with a coworker, and you don't really elaborate, it could, especially with lesbian relationships, if it's a female, they're going to feel some type of way regardless.
But
don't let it be another gay coworker.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't.
Depending on it, especially now, it really don't matter. So here's the thing though. It's like, yes, you have there, and this is where you get so many different, like, what defines cheating. Cheating could be in the eyes of the beholder or the hurt. So that's what it sounds like the conversation is, right?
Yeah.
Cheating's in the eye of the beholder or the hurt. But like, how many cats in conversations, like, that even sounds funny. So like, what's cheating to you? Like, first of all, anything that means you ain't being like, right? Like, how do you even cultivate that question to even see where the line is at? If you got to test your line and boundaries, like, I'm cool. It just means that we're not ready to even be in that serious stage of relationship. If you got to ask me, so is it cool if but then the other side is like, not necessarily the other side, but developing a trust-based relationship, I would say, right, does take communication and all those things to where you can say, oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, you guys are going for drinks. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like
I ain't healed enough for that.
There's different levels. I feel like I could feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example, but if Monique watches one of our shows without me, I'm like, wow, that feels like cheating. I feel like you cheated on me. Like, that's betrayal. That's cheating. Even if it's one episode, okay. I'm like, yo, like, that's our thing. And you was sneaky and watched it without me. That's cheating. That could be cheating to someone. That be with another person, but it hurts, feels some type of way.
You're just triggered. I feel you. Because that is like you did that. People have real beef over that. You did what? You went ahead after I went to sleep. I feel you. But I feel like, so here's my word, my cheat scare. And this is based off of perception of what cheating is. I feel like if you communicating with somebody and you hiding that joint from me, that's cheating. Absolutely. That's my line.
Yeah.
I don't care if nothing physical happened. I don't care if nothing whoop, whoop, whoop. In any conversation that I'm not, hold on, that sounds weird. Because I don't need to be all up in your business like that. Because if I'm going to give you trust. If I'm in a relationship with you, I'm extending 100%, trust. 100%. I don't have time to worry. I literally do not have time to worry about the person I'm in a relationship with. So if I can't trust you, there's no point in us being together. Because you adding extra stress and drama and me worrying, like, I don't want to have to check not a NAN device. I don't need your password. I don't need, none of that, right? Like, that's how I want to operate within a relationship. But if you make me feel like I got to do that, now I'm like, now I'm being somebody I don't want to be. Now I'm out of character. Now I'm like supposed to, it just, so, yep.
That was your scare.
I'm not here enough for this conversation. So I guess it wasn't a scare. It was real. But depending on the person, they may say, right? I'm not about to put all my business out on here. I don't know you guys, but what I'm saying is,
you don't know my life.
well, but physically, I've never been physically cheated on. So I'll say that piece. So I don't know how that feels, but I do know how it feels to physically cheat. So I guess, and I'm not trying to put them joints in brackets like, it wasn't physical though. Like,
still cheating.
Who said emotional was any better?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that worse? Because I feel like, people say that from a standpoint of like, sometimes you'll hear people be like, I wish you would have just smashed, but you're over here like really getting to know this person and like, like it's deeper
like you
than
laughing with niggas?
Physical.
Like you over here laughing? Physical.
It's deeper. And there's times when people will say, guys can just cheat and it not have anything to do with their feelings towards their girl, right? It's just physical. That's what they say. And women, they say when women cheat, it's more of an emotional connection that they're probably missing from their partner that's causing them to venture out.
Is that a cop out for dudes though?
I think both can.
Baby, it wasn't nothing. Like I was just,
absolutely. I think it's a cop out because dudes will really smash anything. But
that some girls will too. Some studs be out here like, and that's like, like,
yeah, you're right.
So I don't even know if we can gender it. I think we can non-gender this. This is a non-binary issue, and it becomes straight up human. Huh?
Come on. Yeah, I agree. Non-binary.
Yeah. It's non-binary, right? Like it's people. And because the thing is, dudes have feelings too. Like it ain't as if they're humanless people. And here's what's I hope I can remember this quote correctly. Is that dudes are every time you have sex, like men and women, this is obviously a binary thing. You literally like leave a piece of you in that person. And like stuff is literally obviously not semen, but like more than semen. Well, and the semen is left in the woman's body. So all you women out there, check yourselves. There's facts. I learned about it a long time ago, but like you're literally physically connected.
Come on, sex ed. I see you. Come on, sex ed.
So it's all woo. But yes, I'll say as us as women, and here's what I'll say too, though. I think sometimes us as women, gay women, sometimes end up being like cheat as much as we do because of the emotional piece, because of the like extra ego stroke, because of the feelings, because of the hurt and the pain and all this stuff. And then you get a couple of females hollering at you, and you like, this attention is, come on, girl, what's good?
World. No, I'm joking. But no, I feel you, man. I ain't gonna say it's not like, it feels good to be wanted, right? It feels good to have your ego stroked in that regard. But how would you feel if on the other end your chick was having her ego stroked and acted on it and the nigga was ugly?
I just told you I had a scare.
But if they were ugly though, like what would you do?
If they were ugly, they were. It's like, no, they weren't. They weren't ugly. I'm like, I feel you. Like, she's cute. They weren't ugly.
No, that's what pissed me off even more because, okay, why? Why are you doing that? Like, no. I'm insecure right now. Why are you going after the baddies? Like, you can dial it down.
Listen, I think if they're ugly, that's rude. I'm all like, oh, nobody's ugly. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, which is true. But if I'm sitting on this side of the table, okay, let me position myself here. Yeah, if I feel like I'm cuter than whoever it is, then I feel like if I feel like I have to use my looks to level up on her in the relationship, now I'm operating in a space that I don't even want to be in. Now the relationship has become like toxic for me because I have to use my looks. Now it goes back to Beyonce. You gonna cheat on Beyonce? Are you gonna cheat on Kelly? You gonna cheat on Kelly? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say because I look a certain way, I deserve or don't deserve to be creeped on, which goes back to the other piece. So what if she cheats on you with somebody ugly, hella ugly? And they're bum, don't got no job. They drive a 1952 Taurus from high school.
Uh, I think it would just be laughable at that point. I'm like, that's what you're doing. And then they just look like a cornball. And it's like, you're corny, bro. And once you're corny, you can't become uncorny. And then we're done.
That's your line.
Yeah.
So here's the question now. Do you stay? I feel like this would be a great part to enter a commercial and then you have to come back. All right. Do you stay?
Sounds like some Love and Hip Hop. Man, I tried in my past relationship where I did get cheated on. I tried to stay. And it just was toxic. It wasn't healthy. I didn't know how to forgive them, in a sense. Like, it was always like something in the back of my mind. Like, I tried to forgive. There'd be times where I could, but then there'd be times where I'm just like, I really don't trust you, bro. Like, unless I'm like right up underneath you, I have a problem. And that's not a good feeling to have to deal with all the time. Then, yeah, it just, I don't know. It just wasn't worth me having to constantly have that feeling over and over, questioning what could be possibly happening. It was better just to let the shit go.
What's not fun is being like, I wonder who they're texting. That, I want that right there is like are you texting her? Like, ooh, Jesus. Like, yeah. So, but what do you do?
Fight them.
Like,
fight your girlfriend. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
You gotta go to all the AA meetings. AA, BA, CA, ABCA.
No, I'm joking. I used to fight my girlfriends, guys. It's not a good thing. I'm healed. In high school. Come on.
Okay.
You know, like high school relationships. You know? Yeah, come on. Like little baby studs.
Baby, listen, I feel like it's tough. But here's what sucks too, is when your peoples judge you for staying and you're trying to, like, you and your whatever spouse partner are trying to work on that joint. Like, how do you even, do you know what I mean? Like, and you don't know, but the other part is like, in your relationship is supposed to be between y'all two, right? Like, not really everybody else, but you kind of need everybody else for a little bit, to help you maybe go through some of it. And then you decide to stay, and then everybody was like, man, I knew you was never gonna leave anyways. And you're like, oh, you had no faith in me, that's why I didn't leave. Like,
or they don't fool with your partner anymore whenever you bring them around, because they don't have to get over that shit, you know? Once you bring them into that situation and they know the hurt that they put you through, the pain that is caused, now their perception of you has changed. So now y'all trying to work things out, and y'all are cool in your home. But now when you step into public and are around the people that you love and want them to be loved by, it's a completely different situation. Completely different.
So, very true. And it sucks because it ruins stuff. It can ruin everything. And then now that person feels like they have to redeem themselves, not only to their partner, but to your peoples. You know what I'm saying? And so the other thing too is like, why do we, I mean, obviously we're just judgmental as humans just in general, but like, judge the Beyoncés and the Cardis and just all the women, right? We named 4 women in general, and we can just stick to like Cardi and Beyonce. And she stayed. She went back. Like, what do you? And here's the thing: people still call them goals. Is that still goals? Is that still goals?
I don't know. I think when there's that much money tied up into it, there's a lot you have to weigh when you're at that level with walking away from a relationship, not alone just your children in itself. That is something that you have to obviously weigh in separating. But
what's the money got to do with
billions? We have billions together. Like, if I'm
no, he's a billionaire.
She's damn near a billionaire.
Damn she near. Almost is, but yeah, damn but near. He is.
I just feel like
what's money got to do with it?
A lot. Niggas don't want to admit it. A lot. That's why there's prenups.
But I'm asking why though. I know we talked about prenups, but asking why. Why does money dictate whether I stay with you if you cheated on me or not?
I mean, I don't think it's the deciding factor. I don't think that's what it comes down to, but I think it plays a part.
But okay, so I'm saying, tell me, like, what, especially if she has her own, right? I can see, right, how a woman, if she doesn't have her own and she gets cheated on, I feel like we've seen the movie.
I mean, that's her stability. On. That's her children's stability. That's
true. Longevity, are we talking about Beyonce right? Still?
That's what you said, Beyonce and Cardi.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so take it from Beyonce is got her own without, you know what I'm saying, without Jay-Z. If need be, if Beyonce needed to move forward, she can get back together and do her thing.
But right? Joe Schmo that works a 9 to 5 and pays into a 401k and doesn't do NFTs and doesn't do all that, like, yeah, they don't have anything to bank on. But if the stability is coming from this and our family and our household is stronger this way, that's a easier reason to want to stay and make something work if your stability and foundation is stronger together than if you were to have to figure it out on your own.
We got to bring that from Beyonce
to
the dude at DSHS right here. Okay. So Joe Schmo at DSHS, right? 70 grand a year. Whatever, wife don't work, stay at home wife, she taking care about 4, 5 and in mugs. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. And he's out here going to get drinks after work. She's taking care of all the kids at the crib. And then eventually he's just like, I ain't even happy no more. Huh? And now, what you mean you ain't happy? I'm out here doing what it so do. I feel like money in this situation from the everyday average person, it makes more sense. But I feel like for people who have their own on their own from and this could be why, like, I'm an independent, boom. Is this why there's so much of that I'm an independent woman movement to really show and prove, like, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman, I'm good by myself kind of deal? When people preach to be that strong Black independent woman so you don't need nobody else. And is that coming from a space of fear? So now if I'm preaching to you this out of fear, now you got Black women who are like not getting married longer and longer in life because all these things, and now cats is 40, God forbid, that, you know, but like that's their space. And then now it's like, were you ever really, or were you just doing this out of fear because you wasn't hoping you never really want to depend on no man or no woman?
Yeah. But I was always taught that from my great grandmother. My granny always said, never, ever be with someone that you have to rely on for anything. Like, is that good or is that bad? It's like, I don't want my fiance to not need me for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be independent. I want you to be able to provide for yourself, but I don't want you to not need me for nothing. Like, and that's what is instilled in, I don't want to say specifically Black women, but majority of the time, Black women, women of color, that you don't need handouts. I don't need you to do this and that for me. I can do it on my own. But I think that stems from the roles that Black women played, where they were the housewives. They weren't working. They weren't able to do so much. Not too long ago were Black women, even women alone, able to vote. So the ability to have that independence has a different weight on it, right? Like, now that we're able to do this, that, and the third, we're still not looked at as your equal. So I'm gonna have to go extra hard to have my name in this race, basically, like to be considered your equal. I don't need you to come in the household and work. I can do this all on my own, type of thing. That makes sense, hopefully.
Okay, Black history facts. That's real. And that's the thing, is all of those things play part into, I think, how our society is molded today. So now here's my question. If you know you're a cheater,
Mm-hmm.
have a desire to be a cheater, still want to play the field. Why even be in a relationship in the first place?
Agreed.
Why not just be like, listen, boo, I'm just trying to smash, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, and some people can handle that. Like, cool, we can just smash and call it a day. But there's how many movies there are about like, oh, friends with benefits. And then eventually somebody catches feelings. And it usually, obviously, in the movies ends up being the woman first. And then after, then they end up being together and blah, blah, blah. But like, that's dangerous, I feel like. So why even dabble with being and trying to talk relationship if you know you can't even be serious and committed? Like, for what? Right? That's the whole have your cake and eat it too. But I'm just saying, like, if I got some cake in front of me, I'm eating that joint. It just is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like younger me, that was like the thing to do, right? Like it was cool to be in a whole relation. I hate saying it because it just sounds like trash, but being in a whole relationship and just having a bunch of women. Like, yeah, I got my main and I got a whole bunch of others that rock with my situation and are cool with it, but it's not attractive. It's not cute. It literally screams trauma. And yeah, and it's crazy. I was watching Euphoria the other night, and one thing, I don't know, have you watched Euphoria?
I'm not there yet.
Okay. Well, she had said something. She was talking to her girlfriend, and the girlfriend said, "I love you," and Ruth said, "You don't love me. You just love being loved." And I think that is a signifying trait that could be attached to cheaters. Like you just enjoy being loved by other women. You enjoy being loved and wanted. That's what keeps you in that state.
So I felt that. The Leo in me felt that. Right? Because the Leo in me is like, it's not my fault, baby. I was born in August. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that. And here's what sucks is I remember being in high school and being like, pimping runs in my veins. Literally does. My grandpa got kids the same age as me. I don't understand. But but it's like literally that thought process of that loving that attention, loving that. And here's actually, I want to step backwards. I don't think it's loving. I think it goes back to that. There's a player on the team. There's somebody on my team who wants that attention, who wants that, like, doesn't matter and care how it really comes about, but she needs to be fed right in a specific way. But my job now is trying to be a healthy adult is to train her that like that is no longer how we are going to accept affection, accept attention. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was like. Really, it's not even love. Like it just was being an attention hoe. I just like the attention.
Yeah.
And there's good and bad attention. And I think that that's where each individual has to gauge where the line is for them in entertaining, right? How far can you go in entertainment? Can you set the boundary right then and there? But like, I don't know if I really like the attention, I might just be, because my TikTok is blowing up right now. So
yeah, y'all go tap in Coach Rees on TikTok, man. It's going cray.
It's going crazy. It's so funny to see just the stuff that's just going on. And I'm like, this can get real dangerous real quick. Like I have to check me. Like, who do I want to continue to be as I'm getting more attention? And she's like, put me in, coach, put me in, come. I'm ready.
But your people pleasers, like, yeah, I got you, baby. I got you. There's enough to go around.
Look, it ain't the people pleaser, it's the hoe. She's still on the team.
She's a player?
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
Yes. She don't never get kicked off the team. She's still there. She just at the end of the bench like this.
The coach is just the host, just the manager on my team. She don't get no uniform. She's just on the bench, part of the staff. She just helps.
How you gonna have her lead the team though? She's coaching. If
No,
she's coaching and
no,
getting
no, 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 no. She's just keeping score. She's just our bookkeeper. She's just the bookkeeper. She don't touch the playbook. She don't talk to the players other than providing past experience wisdom. That's about it.
Okay.
What it was like on the court. That's what my hoe do.
I'm back in my day. You know, I used to.
Yeah, that's what she do. That's what she do.
I was pulling up from half court.
Yeah.
Nah. So here's what I think happens though. Why do we glorify it? I think that's part of our problem. As a society, we glorify cheating and then get mad when we get cheated on. And then we listen to a playlist with a bunch of songs about getting cheated on.
Explain to me how it's glorified though. Like, what do you mean when you say glorified? Other than songs, where do you see it glorified?
How are you gonna tell me other than songs? That was my first go-to. Every song.
I know it's
every song,
but not everything in songs is real life. Like, yes, a lot of the time, everything in songs is real life.
Yep.
You think all these rappers talk about shooting, killing, robbing, stealing, effing dudes, girls? That's not all real.
It's somebody's real life, DJ. It's somebody's real life. They got it. They got it from some part of reality. Everything is a part of some form of reality, somewhere, shape, or form, whether it was their lived experience, somebody else's lived experience. Every movie, every cartoon, everything is literally based off of something, right? Like once it's birthed, it's a part of reality. And so when I think about songs, it's like, when I think about songs, almost every song is talking about cheating, getting cheated on, or like, and glorifying it in the sense of like, and we sing it.
Yeah.
We sing along to it like it's nothing. Whatchamacallit? It's not cheating, it's a whatchamacallit. It'll be much better
yeah.
both in relationships because it's a whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's a whatchamacallit. And then you got Player's Player. You got all the songs we posted today. Boyfriend number 2, because the first one, he don't really know what to do. You know what I'm saying? That was what's good. So we glorify it in the form of this. Then we sing the songs to ourselves and each other. And then you don't think that joint gets inputted into our mind?
Absolutely.
Which then impacts our habits and our emotions. So it's like, obviously we're not going to stop listening to the songs, but some people might. They might be like, I really can't input this into my system because it really ends up dictating how I act.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, oh, yeah. I don't know why.
I got one more for you.
I don't know why it's glorified. I think it might be glorified because it's relatable. It's so relatable. You could be Beyonce or you could be Joe Schmo at GSHS and both experience being cheated on or both experience the ego stroke you get from cheating. It's relatable. You don't have to be a millionaire to experience what it's like to cheat. You don't have to be a millionaire to know what it's like to get cheated on. It's relatable. So it's easy for people who might not have cheated to rap about stuff like that in their songs or sing about, right? Because you said it could be someone else's reality. It's out there. To some extent, it's been experienced. Even if you haven't, that person that's making the song still can gain traction just by people being able to relate to it.
So think about this. You watch Scandal?
Yes.
Was you voting for Olivia? Was you team Olivia?
Not team Olivia personal life, but team Olivia, like when it came down to getting shit done and being the boss, dope black woman that she was.
You wasn't trying to get doors. Fit? What? Mm-hmm. See, but that's the thing about the glorification. We fall in love with like, oh my gosh.
That's the thing I think that's what I hate though. I hate that about TV shows, and I hate that it has to be like the successful black woman is never enough. She always has to be the side piece. Like, I hate that so much. And I hate that they're complacent with that. Like, I hate it. So no, personal life, Olivia, I was not. Team Olivia and Fitz. But when it came down to doing what she needed to do work-wise, like she was able to put all that shit to the side and get shit done regardless. Like it wasn't something that affected her being able to do her job. So that was dope. But I hate that part personally, that's how Black women are depicted when it comes to these successful roles.
I love you writing for a working Black woman today.
Come on.
I love it. Yes, we out here working. Look, you putting on, which is another example though, right? Of like what we see in the media, and then cats end up just. So here's my thought too. Sorry, I just remembered this because I wanted to make sure I brought it up. I'm worried for people who lack self-control, morals, character, and all that stuff in this next decade as we go into Web3. Virtual cheating is about to go down. If cats was cheating in just with this stuff, eat me an Oculus.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude. They literally had an episode where the dude was married, had a wife, and you could like put these things in your ears. It's basically like a form of the Oculus. He would put these things in his ear and it brings you into this virtual game. Like think of, what is that? Tekken or like, Mortal Kombat, something where you're fighting people, right? And his friend would put him on. A dude put them things in his ear and they're both fighting each other. And then it got to a point where they were like having physical, like intimate, they were being intimate with each other through the game. But you could feel it like, yeah. And they were two dudes, they were best friends. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called Black Mare. And they were basically having their little fling thing, His wife thinks she's just playing games with his friend. He in there making out with his bestie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm worried that there was already a couple years ago a game, I forgot the name of it, but it allowed people to create like these virtual lives, and cats was throwing everything away for these virtual relationships. And then, but now I can have a whole new identity. I have a whole like body. I have a whole wardrobe and money and digital money. Like you get check out my Ethereum, girl. You know what I'm saying? I got that, right? Like you got all these
Imagine being able to see what everyone's amount is. Like,
yes.
That's going to be,
so you talking about money,
more important than followers.
It is. But you put all that together, you can create your body to look like however you want. And then now I'm sitting back here, some ugly duckling who hadn't hit puberty yet and all that stuff. But I got mouthpiece, and I done shape myself up to look a specific way. And I'm over here, I'm gaming up somebody's wife and I don't even know it, right? Or she don't even know it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the virtual world is about to go crazy because less and less people want to be in reality. And it just blows my mind, and it makes me sad to see that, right, the direction of where we're going. And obviously TV shows us it. Like TV in real life, just they reflect each other back and forth. So once a cheater, always a cheater?
I guess. I don't know. I still ain't on board. I just can't. I can't get on board with it, man. I can't.
I'm not promoting it. You said it like I was promoting it. Like, yeah, let's be cheaters.
I know.
Like,
no, I'm just arguing with myself, not you.
I was like, what?
I'm just trying to think. Like, I just can't. I can't get with once a cheater, always a cheater. Maybe if I wasn't in a whole committed relationship and engaged and I still was immature and cheating, maybe I could be like, yeah, once a cheater, always a cheater, because I'm still out here doing it. But I literally walk in that light of, that's not me. That's not who I am. That does not define who I am just because I was who I was in my past. So no, I can't rock with once a cheater, always a cheater.
I agree. I think that if you don't stay, not you specifically, but us as people are saying, okay, I don't want to live this life. I ain't cheating on nobody since I was 17. I feel like I should just throw that out there. Like it wasn't a couple of years ago or nothing. So it's been a minute.
If someone say you still a cheater? At 17, that's the last time you cheated. And someone was like, yeah, but you're still a cheater. You cheated over 10 years.
Ish. And I say ish because it's like, because here's the thing, that person in me that feels the player on me, on my team, whatever, if she's not healed enough, if I'm not healed enough, let's say I got into another relationship and that joint was toxic as a mug, who's to say I won't go cheat again? Right. And so this was to my point is if we don't stay committed to our morals and values and the person we want to be as an individual, then I think that same draw, that same feeling, that same thing will creep back up and be like, but all you got to do is hit up old girl. All you got to do is go do. All you got to do is this and that. You're like, you're right. I can just feed my blah, blah, blah this way. And then you might, so if you don't stay on consistent in trying to maintain healthy habits, healthy relationships, healthy dialogue and communication and all that, I think that, anybody's liable.
Yeah.
100%. I don't care how long it's been. And I don't want to get so caught. No, I'm not. And then I fool around and just life just happens. And too many shots of tequila later, and I'm out here like, I don't even know how that. And now I don't know how it happened. I just got too full of myself, and I wasn't being humble and accountable and all those things. So, yeah,
that makes sense, my brother.
We got a question in the chat. I would say the cheater falls under a couple different categories. Like, if you look at the players on your team who are a part of your franchise players, right? Your franchise players are a part of your character, your morals, your values, right? They guide your brand. Like you just said, Shamari, like Future's brand is bruh's a cheater. That's a part of his brand. That's a part of his MO. But yet some women don't care. They know his past, but he still
I just fucked your girl in some Gucci flip-flops. Glorified. Sorry. Keep going.
Go. That's it. I feel you. So there's that part, right? So there's that part depending on the person, where this player would fit. The other part would be becoming a cheater could also be developed out of traumatic situations. Somebody themselves could either get cheated on, see their parents get cheated on, or, be the result of a divorce or just a bunch of different types of things. And then that could influence them to then say, I'm never, getting married. I'm never doing this. And I'm so hurt. And then now they develop this player on their team who just is hurt. And so that's why I'm saying that we have to be careful, because you never know when that player might be triggered and rise up and check herself into the game. And now she's in the game and you didn't hold it down with the rest of your captains and your franchise players and saying, no, regardless of how hurt I am, we're not going to allow you to get into the game, you know what I'm saying, and try to get buckets. You better sit your butt back on the bench. And that's what happens, to certain people. So, man, I think it's regardless, it's unfortunate because it breaks up happy homes. Look, boom. What about old girl? What's her name? Megan. It's not Megan Thee Stallion. Is it the or the? Anyways.
But how do you make that player feel good? Like, how do you? You don't make her feel good. You heal her. Right? Like you heal her. That's the whole point. With all the players on your team that were birthed out of trauma, you just heal the relationship with them. It ain't about them feeling good or anything like that. It's healed enough to be able to say when they get triggered that they're like, they don't react.
They know how to handle it. They have the tools to handle it, not to just handle it how they would want to, which is reaction. I'm going out and I'm cheating again. It's no, because our franchise players and our captains are guiding the team. This means now we're teaching, nope, we don't do that anymore. That's not how we handle situations anymore. We're better than that. Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. But I was thinking about, what's so girl? I just might be a hoe, because hoes be winning. We talk about breaking up happy homes.
This might be a hoe.
I just might be a hoe. Oh, girl. Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, got you. I thought you were talking about Mariah Land. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
I was a hoe. Hey, and I'm admitting it. Yeah. Listen, I wrote a Bible verse to that. Not a Bible verse, but a Bible rap. Oh, right. Once upon a time, not too long ago.
You did. I saw that.
I'm admitting it, but Jesus Christ. Save my sentence.
You still have that up?
It's somewhere. I'll be on the internet, man. It's somewhere. I'll find it and I'll post it. I was like, but Jesus Christ, save my sentence. If you need Jesus, dial 1-800.
That sounds like, when you wake up at 3 a.m. and the holy water commercial comes on. That's what the hell is on BET Uncut at 5 a.m.
Remember, old girl was at the church and she was giving her testimony. She was like, I was sucking dick for money. And they took the mic away from her.
Yo, I forgot about that.
Yo, all that to say
we're
is
gonna
everybody
use that song you did. That's gonna be our intro song for the pod.
I remember I was on my road trip and like, yo, I practiced
I remember it too. I saw it.
Once a long time, not too long ago, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it.
Not
Shout out to Jesus.
it ends neglect, not just breaking it up into 3 syllables.
Jesus Christ, say my sentence. I don't remember. I think that's how it went. I don't know, but we're gonna find it. I'll post it for y'all. But dang, what was I saying? It's all off track. Hoes breaking up happy homes. The hose that is breaking up happy homes, that player on their team, she never got healing. And so her way to react is to just, trauma, insecurity, all that stuff. So let me go. Like, that sucks, man. Like, stay somewhere else. Like, what are you doing? But whose fault is it? We didn't even talk about that. Whose fault? Is it hers? Or is it hers? Or his? Or theirs? Or them's? Non-binary. They, thems.
Make
Who's
sure you're inclusive. I see you. I think it always falls on the person. If you're in a relationship, you have that commitment level. It falls on you if you step out. Like, I would respect my partner way more than if they were to come to me and be like, yo, I'm having these thoughts because of X, Y, Z. I don't feel like you're fulfilling me in the relationship. I feel like we're just not seeing eye to eye. Like, if you were, it would hurt, obviously, right? That shit would be tough to swallow, but I would respect you so much more if you could come to me and be like, I'm having struggles. I'm like to the point where I'm okay seeking outside, ego strokes. I'm outside compliments, having conversations with people. Like, if we were at
that, the conversation happened way before that.
It could have been happening, and nothing could have been happening progress-wise.
Word.
So it's tough too, because it's like, damn, if we've been having this conversation and nothing's changing, am I the bad guy for really stepping out if I've been communicating with you how I'm feeling this whole time and you're just not getting it right?
So why not break up before I step out?
Let's go on a break.
People still do that. We're grown. You can't go on a break and we're grown. It's like, put your Instagram account.
Take a break.
Grown, people still do that.
You need to get your shit together. We're not done, but figure it out. We're not together either.
Okay, and then somebody goes and has a baby, and you're mad at me because I had a baby while we was on a break.
Bye.
We was on a break. We're gonna need something stronger than this.
Real union. Yeah. I guess that's the risk you take going on a break.
That's dumb.
But if that's all it takes for you to have a baby on me is for us to be on a break, that says a lot about our relationship.
It does, but why do we have to go on a break? You shouldn't have put me on a break.
Why can't you put a condom on? If we're on a break, why are you
humping somebody else in the first place? You shouldn't have been humping. You shouldn't have had to put the condom on.
If they're saying they want to hump, and they're not getting it from you and they're not happy, they're probably going to do it the moment you guys go on a break.
Leave me then. Just don't break up.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
I think that's the thing. I think that we're way too old for breaks, but I guess in marriages people get separated, but that's a little bit different, right? A separation and a break and all that. But like, I'm not about to be 31 years old, dating nobody. And then I'm like, you know what? I just need a break real quick to focus on me. Bye. I'm going to just say, I can't be in a relationship right now. I got some stuff I need to handle. If we find our way back to each other, cool.
So if it's
but I'm not
someone
about
you
to
want
put
to
nobody on
build
a
with,
break.
someone you want to be with, you love them.
Then I'm
You're not out of love with them, right? And they're not doing shit that you're asking of them. They're not meeting you where you need them to meet you within the relationship, but you still have hope that they can be that person. You still see the potential in them. And you're like, yo, I don't feel like we can do this together. I feel like this might just be like a comfort for you, seeing that we're still in this state together. I think it's best for us to separate right now. You probably go stay somewhere else. We can figure this shit out. I probably would cry myself to sleep every night and be sad and probably struggle with it. But at the end of the day, I would respect that person so much more that they're not wanting to throw away our relationship and wanting to take a break. I would.
I don't.
It wouldn't make me want to go smash other people because we're on a break and go have a baby. It wouldn't make me want to do that.
Wouldn't make me want to go do that.
I'm just saying, talking about him having babies and shit, definitely wouldn't make me want to do that.
I think that where I'm at in my life, right? I want to be married. So I feel like I'm not trying to get into a serious relationship, however you want to say it, right? Like if it's going in that direction, then we're not taking a break. If it gets difficult, we're figuring this joint out, because when we get married, we're not about to do the same thing and repeat the process and say, oh, you're not doing what I need you to do, so let's just separate. Hell nah to the nah.
So let's do the work now before we get married, so this isn't an issue.
Look,
separate, have space, because we're figuring it out.
We're doing it. We're doing this work. That's what I'm saying. When I was a kid, sure. When I was a child, I did childish things. When I grew up, I threw away my childish ways. Proverbs 12:15.
So you're not about to.
But that's real though.
Tequila.
I don't know what it is about this V-neck button up that got me feeling like I need to hold it down like this. But I just don't think that. I think that we need to learn to work through things. I think that we've used breaks as scapegoats. Like we made it a thing, and it was like, oh, I just need a break. Like, nah, nigga, figure out how to work through difficult things while with a partner. That's the whole point, because marriage is going to be tough as a mug.
But you want people to work through difficult things that haven't worked through difficult things that got them to this point to where they're not able to work through this difficult thing. That makes sense. You want
an algebra equation.
You want people to be able to work through difficult things with you, right? Your partner, right? You want to be able to work through these difficult times and not take space from each other. But the reason they're not able to work through this difficult time is because they don't have the healing or the skill set or the tools to be able to heal what's even gotten them to this point to where they're having to disconnect with you.
Look, you sound like somebody who goes to therapy every week.
Girl, I got an appointment next week. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, okay.
I might be a regular now.
Okay, tools. Okay. Listen, here's what I think. I think that is a part of our, I'll say, problem at large. I remember being in middle school. I was thinking about this the other day, middle school and elementary school, and remembering people who had relationships that looked like adult relationships. I'm like, you're 12. So it's ingrained in our society, right? To just be this. And then you have attachment issues. And then you have major codependency issues. And then we never even grow up to really learn how to. And now I can't not be with somebody. Now I need somebody right here with me. I need to have all this. And then you're right. I never figured out how to handle all these different things because I've never not been with somebody. Toxicity feels good. And there's too many people, I think that, and it's sad that toxicity feels good.
Sorry. And being in a relationship, it's less time that you have to put on yourself because there's now another person involved, right? So now the focus becomes off you and becomes on the relationship. When you're single for a long amount of time, or a certain amount of time, those thoughts about yourself will creep up on you that need to be worked on. If you can kind of ignore them by being in a relationship, that's what anyone's going to do if they don't want to address them or they don't know how to address them.
And I feel like that's why people stay in relationships, because if I'm in, it's easier for me to just be in this than it is. It's kind of like somebody always finding something to do because they don't like the silence. Because when it's silent, I got to think, I got to hear my thoughts. But if I'm in a relationship, then it's almost being addicted to chaos, which again, right, it all goes back to trauma and addictions and all that. But yeah, Sharice dropped in the chat. I don't feel like that a break would be used on a relationship. That's why I feel like that joint is high school-ish. Because if I'm taking a break from a relationship as an adult right now, I'm not thinking about us. I'm thinking about me. And that's why I think we need to focus. Like, if you're in it, you're going. I don't agree. Listen, but here, let me finish. What I'm saying is this: if we're trying to figure out how to be better together. Oh, she's like, I wasn't even asking you. But let me finish my statement. Is like, if we're trying to figure out how to be. Anyways, look, so like, right, if we're trying to figure out how to be better together, then we need to stay together and figure it out as a unit. What do you need? What do I need? Right? Because if we go on a break, out of sight, out of mind, now I don't have those same. I'm trying to convince you, right? This is me giving you my argument, right? Like I don't have you around. I don't have this going on. So go ahead. What's your take?
My take is, if we both are on the common ground, if we want this relationship to work, right? We want to be together. At the end of the day, we don't want to separate. We don't want to be single. We want to be together in a committed relationship under one roof, or however we having it working, right? If you're not giving me what I need and I'm communicating that with you, and I feel like me being under the same roof with you is possibly the distraction that's not allowing you to take the steps you need to fix for this relationship to work, I will remove myself from the household, or you'll remove yourself, right? Like, we're not going to be under the same household, under the same roof together. Like, we need space, because I need you to be alone and feel what you're doing to us. Like, feel not being able to sleep next to me every night, feel not being able to have your regular routine, and really put forth the effort to do the work, because this is what it's going to feel like if you don't get your shit together. You're not going to be under this roof. You're not going to be next to me. So if you being out of sight, out of mind means I want to go smash other chicks, or I want to go do whatever I'm doing, then this relationship wasn't meant for you in the first place. If it was meant for you and you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you would be willing to do the work and want to do the work. I shouldn't have to force you in the first place, but I have to take this step for my personal boundary, because now I'm possibly going to get hurt because you're still not doing what you're supposed to do. So I need you out the house so I can focus on me right now, and you get your shit together. And when you feel like you have it figured out, then we can have a conversation and possibly talk about you coming back. But until then, I'm just going to be the one being drained. I'm going to be the one being hurt. I'm going to be the one with the worst expense, right? Like, I'm not getting anything out of it. You are.
First of all, I felt like you just put me on punishment and I had to get out of the podcast. That language is coming together now. One, back to Joe Schmo. Where's Joe going? Back to their mama house?
Figuring it out. That's
the first one.
Joe's figuring it out.
Okay, rude, but I was figuring it out with you, and now all of a sudden I need a break, so I gotta leave.
But if you wanted to break up with me, where would you go, Joe? Where would you go, Joe? If you wanted to go smash other girls, Joe, where would you go smash them, Joe?
Saw the Holiday Inn on 84th. Okay, so there's that part. But then the other thing is, I just feel like if we're at live-in stage, we ain't even talking about being a cheater no more. We talking about whole relationships.
I know.
I feel like if I get to that point, when I get to that point, we are working on tools, resources, communication, all of those things to ensure that we continue moving in that way. Because once I say I do, there's no backwards for me. And I think I hear you. I definitely hear you. I just think that for me in my house, we're going to serve the Lord. And It's like for me and my no, I definitely am like, I'm not taking no breaks. And I think too is I'm that party of one that the second I take a break, the way that I operate, I'm gonna miss
You're
you. But if
anonymous.
I'm only
You're
missing you when I'm
anonymous.
sleeping,
Yeah.
if I'm only missing you when I'm asleep, and I only like that piece of my routine, like
Yeah. You
I
gotta
don't
feel
know.
it.
Was I
You gotta
really,
feel it.
really in love with you?
Yeah. That too, right? That too.
So,
I
or
think
was
that's
it?
what I feel like once someone gets so fed up and they want to take that step, that's where they're able to really see if this person's really about me or not, right? Like what extra mile, what work are you really willing to put in not being under the same household as me? Like, do you really want this? Or is it just kind of convenient? Now we're in this routine and we're living together and we're doing life together and it's cool, right? But once you're out of it and you're able to go kick it with your single friends on a regular basis now, you're able to not have to come home and deal with the household routine that we normally have. What is that? What does your life look like now? Are you ready to get back in the streets? Are the streets calling? Or are you on the phone calling me? What you doing?
So is that out of comfort and convenience? And those are two different, right? Cats can get real comfortable in a relationship.
Yeah.
Hence also what goes back to cheating. Convenient, you're just convenient. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody at the crib, I'm laying with, you cook me meals, we do our thing, whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't really want it, but it's convenient. I got somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
I put it down every couple nights. We're good. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of cats get caught up in convenient relationships, get caught
100%.
up in comfortable relationships. So what I'm talking about, right, is like we really doing this joint, not comfortable and convenient. But the other thing is, am I just in love with the idea of you? That's what I'm saying is if I'm just in love with the idea of you and the fatuation of us, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
thing that like if we take a break and I don't even really care about getting healed or whatever tools and this, that, and the third, I mean,
I'm
it's
not
still
really
just gonna,
walking
I
away
might
from
come
something.
back to
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I might come back just simply off because I'm in love with the fatuation and the
Yeah.
idea of the potential of what we could be, but it ain't really who you are. So if
Mm-hmm.
you as an individual, I think this goes back to cheating, don't get the healing that you need to say, this is how I'm deciding to operate as a human, how you have Shamari Green, right? Like, this is it. This is how I'm
Yeah.
operating. Like, boom, think about this. Jay-Z said on I can't remember the song, but he was saying that um basically if the house is on fire and Beyonce's in there and they're doing whatever, like he's like, I'm not leaving. Like I will
Yeah.
die in the house, my house burning with my wife. Like, and Tata is gonna have to take care of his kids. I don't know who Tata is. I know that's their boy though, but
Yeah.
basically saying like that's
Yeah.
it. Like I'm in this with you regardless of what happens. And if you don't understand that, oh, it's friends. We ain't meant to be friends. If you don't understand that this is how I'm rocking in my relationship, we're not meant to be together. So that's where I'm at, right at from an individual stance is
Yeah.
I'm right for my wife. I'm here, 10 toes down. I'm not going nowhere. We're working through this joint because this is it.
That's the commitment I made. Yeah. 100%.
All right.
My wife.
Am I Tata? Am I your Tata?
You're Tata. Tata is one of the hoodest niggas in New York, but you're like nah nah
Rah, rah,
nah nah.
rah, rah. I am a Dada.
Nah nah.
Dada.
Oh man.
Yeah.
God.
So basically,
Don't cheat.
my don't
Basically.
don't do it. Yeah.
Basically don't cheat.
Let's
Or
glorify being faithful.
be
That's
single.
the new wave. Here's what here's what we have to talk about next time though. What are those called? We didn't even talk about the fact that some people don't even care about being monogamous. That's what I was trying to get at. Polyamory is making its way back.
Polygamy, yeah.
That's a whole, we don't have to have a guest on because I don't have enough energy to even to do all that. So I feel you. I meant to say that earlier. Like I feel you. I don't have enough energy to cheat, nor do I have that desire anymore. But polyamory is it's not cheating. That's their lifestyle. So that's a whole nother wave. I wonder, did they do
Your wave,
prenups?
I feel you. Like touche. I could not do 2 committed relationships under one roof at one time. Nope.
I don't care how many roofs. Eric Bellinger, mistress, miss me with that stress. I don't need no mistress.
Ooh.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's my role. Don't, if you feel like you need to cheat, don't get into the relationship, whether it's emotionally, physically, regardless. Have conversations with your spouse, your partner, wherever it's at. Just be open, be transparent. I feel like
100%.
transparency kind of like takes care of everything.
It do. It sure do. Be real with your partner, man. Be real.
Know what I'm saying? Word. That's it. We here it is. Episode 5.
Sir.
Cheater, always a cheater, but not really though.
Not me. Not me.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Shout out to all the activity in the chat tonight. We truly appreciate it when y'all come on here and interact with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. And then like if you leave a rating, leave like a hella good rating. Like, oh my God, they're so entertaining.
Please leave comments, subscribe on YouTube, y'all.
Hit that thumbs up button.
All that, man. For real. Like, we appreciate y'all. We're doing this for y'all, us, everybody, man. Like, thank you guys for rocking with us. And, we're going to keep it rolling.
Have a great Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah. Don't get cheated on.
Look. Aw.
And don't cheat. Don't get cheated on and don't cheat.
Word. Deuces. Wine and vibes. We out.
Hey.